I'm sure you've already looked for a Harry Potter podcast everywhere.
But not in the reserve section.
It seems like you wanted to say something else, but it didn't come out.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to it. Still getting used to it. Reserve section, guys. Another episode.
Tiagao, today.
Today promises to be great.
What happened? Who is that guy on the roof, Tiago?
Guys, here's the thing. The Harry Potter series apparently has all the money in the world for its budget.
They're like, let's do a scene with the guy on the roof. Let's take the whole production there. 2 days of preparation.
The place is far, man. You take the truck, take supplies, take everything necessary for a city that's, I don't know, about 300 kilometers from the studio to record. A guy who, with all due respect, doesn't have a big salary. He's almost an extra.
He was paid $100 to attend.
No, 200 pounds at least.
No, look, no.
And meal allowance.
But let's be fair. Let's be fair. The guy might be important maybe in the series.
Yeah, no, yeah, yes, why? We're going to talk about leaks today.
Leaks.
Leaks happen since nothing official is released.
Some leaks.
Yeah, some leaks. With little official info, we stopped announcing new actors.
Vacation.
Yeah, I think I'm on vacation. Something is going on there, but I think they prioritized. First, let's focus on the filming.
It's just that we got spoiled.
The last announcement was on September 1st, back to Hogwarts Day, when they announced that batch. And now, we're already at the end of October.
We haven't heard anything about it since.
Is the series still in production? No, but man, I missed some announcements. I thought it was important for us, at least, to start building up some hype.
October 31st is almost here.
Halloween.
October 31st, Halloween for Muggles, but it's also the day of the boy who lived.
That's right. And about the day of the boy who lived, there's also a leak from the Harry Potter series, from that scene as well, which we're going to talk about today.
And it's not just the leak of that scene. It's not that simple. There's a lot to talk about regarding that scene. Diego, there's a lot.
This series keeps heading in exciting new directions.
A lot. And you know what was the coolest thing about seeing all this?
Huh?
I forgot what I was going to say. I had something I wanted to develop in my mind.
No, really cool.
No, you know what was the coolest thing to see in all of this? That they're not just following the obvious.
Everything that... Because from the moment you say the adaptation is going to be faithful and authentic, okay, then things start to leak and you start to talk. What scene is this?
Who is this guy?
Who is this? What scene is this? This path is great to discuss.
It's really cool.
Because the fans, just like us, they know that the first season will have 6 more hours than the first movie.
Exactly.
The first book was adapted well. Philosopher's Stone is a well-made movie.
It's a well-adapted movie.
They cut very few things, so every leaked scene that we don't know, we remember the level of detail that the books show, which is very important.
And that's the point. The book brings a narrated form of presentation. In the series, we're going to see it. There's no need to narrate. We're going to see it happening. So that line from Minerva, shooting stars in Kent, that can only be the work of Daedalus Eagle. He was never very sensible. So what are we going to do?
Besides acting, you're almost Ricardo Silva. You are...
Yeah.
For the recording.
Man, that's awesome.
Did you like my interpretation?
Audibor, hire the guy. Oh, you already did.
You can hire him again.
Because the guy will leave sounding like Audiolivra. He even knows the character's intonation.
They call me Audibor, but hey, call us Tiagao, but let's... And today's episode has a special touch, because besides reading the howlers from the crowd...
Howler moment. Now more than ever, we're going to read at the end of the episodes some messages that you've been sending us.
The end or throughout? Should we read a little bit each time? I think that's important.
This way, you can join us as we read comments on our Instagram posts.
I'll do that too.
You're together here again.
Yeah, we're going to, today we're going to read the comments on that photo of the guy on the rooftop. Did you like it?
The guy on the rooftop. This is a story. The guy on the rooftop.
I thought the name they gave the rooftop guy was brilliant. But like every good story, let's start from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Right?
The last time we talked about a leak here, guys, we were talking about the leak in Cornwall about Dumbledore, with Nicholas Flamel, with his wife.
Exactly.
We had many unexpected leaks, including the one about Dumbledore.
Exactly.
On a rainy Tuesday morning, Dumbledore appeared on a beach. Boom. We discussed it. Now, every day we wonder, what if Snape shows up while we're filming?
Yeah, what if we have... Whoa, the chair just creaked. It wasn't me, I'm not paying for it. No, but seriously, Dumbledore leaving was something that surprised a lot of people because it's like we said in the other episodes, right? Diego and I, we kind of get prepared. There's filming. We're always expecting something. And then Dumbledore left. And in the Godric's Hollow one, we were faithful.
A bald guy is going to show up there.
Voldemort is going to show up. No, obviously.
We were on such a level of alertness that I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
And the care they took with that scene, they filmed it in the middle of the night. There's a video of a guy, actually, I have a video that, guys,
I became a fan of this guy.
I became a fan. The channel is called SB Media. It's a really small channel. It has like, well, I don't remember how many subscribers it has. It doesn't matter. Being small doesn't mean it lacks quality. He's a guy who goes to places, he lives around there, and he puts on his recording glasses, and he goes to the... He's like a behind-the-scenes hunter. I loved him, man.
If we didn't have reserved sessions and channels, we'd just have a channel called SB Media doing what he does.
No, I've already told Diego that I wanted to grab a backpack and say, Kada, Diego, grab the camera, grab the laptop, and let's go. Recording season, we go there and we keep chasing the recordings to see everything because, man, it's amazing. And
Nothing makes me happier or more excited than knowing they're recording somewhere.
Knowing that everyone is a Harry Potter fan, just go out and take pictures in real time.
I wanted to update us.
the entire population, data from Brazilian Institute of Geography and Statistics here that Diego is bringing, everyone is a Harry Potter fan.
Let's say that out of 10 British people, 9 are Harry Potter fans. That way, the average looks better.
Oh, really? I don't know that many British people to say,
Me neither.
but it's not really cultural there.
No, hold on, it's more of a figure of speech, but what catches my attention is exactly that.
It's people missing that real-time update, right? You have to wait for it to come out. It's a filming thing. Just filming.
Yeah, man, no. And the people, I feel like only people from Privet Drive where they filmed, since Privet Drive is in the studio and they film at the actual locations too, right? The people who were there, we didn't know it was Harry Potter. If we had known it was something this big, we kind of wouldn't have, maybe we would have made a fuss because, man, let's be honest, fans are crazy. A lot of fans go to places and not every fan has common sense. For example, at that Dobby beach where Dobby died, there people made a mess by leaving socks, you know, like...
Man, they had to call a truck there to remove everyone's socks. Because that's where the place is, right? People go there to honor Dobby and leave a sock.
That's just clueless. Dude, like, the fan who goes there, you know that tree, the Whomping Willow?
I know.
Like, there was a real tree and all, right?
From the third movie or the second one, did you say?
From the third one.
Because the second one was an animatronic, right?
Yeah.
At Studio London, there's something.
No, there was only the animatronic and a real tree, right? That real tree died because people kept taking pieces of it home. I swear to you, if you look up tourist spots to visit, I was searching and then I saw that this tree, even Snape's tree, the one where the Marauders flashback happens.
Oh, I know.
Where Snape is sitting on that tree where he's sitting, it's fenced off. No one can get close. Exactly to prevent it, because otherwise people, man, they just have no sense at all, you know?
Man, you can bring a sock, but just bring the sock, record a reels, take a picture, and that's it.
Then put the sock in your pocket or on your foot.
Guys, let me tell you, Dobby isn't real.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry to break your hearts, but...
Dobby died.
Yeah, cut the recording.
Man, my dream is to go around visiting these places. I think it's an experience. And it's really cool to think that, for example, they filmed that Gothic's Hollow scene, that leak,
Yeah,
in a little village.
Lust League.
Lust League. I'd never even heard of that village.
It's way out in the country, man.
Besides being in the countryside, imagine there's a rural town and you go through a little secret gate and you find this village.
The person who makes, give me a little mint. The person who makes, wow, the person who does this kind of.
The person conducts this research because it requires quality work.
If you find this village, This village will represent Gothic's Hollow, including in all the seasons.
If they keep that consistency in Deathly Hallows, when they're filming, they'll go back there.
And you see what it was. It's perfect when you look at it. There's our little cemetery, like that cemetery. I'm sure they're going to use it, but they don't use it, you know? But like,
But the concept,
yeah, man, there's the local cemetery, you know?
the church,
The church, man, the church. I was so impressed, Diego, that the church, in the book, they describe, oh, there was a post office, a store, a pub, a church. In the recordings, there's the post office, the pub, there's the convenience store, the church. In the book, they say like, oh, there were the stained glass lights. And man, you look, the church has the colorful stained glass like that. So they handpicked the location, you know? And like the care doesn't stop there. It's not just about the environment being an environment. Because obviously they're going to do the recording. They've already done the recording there, right? But there will also be things in the studio. The Potter's house won't be filmed there, you know? The scene will be filmed in the studio.
a list was released of several locations they're building on the farm, very close by. To give you an idea of the Harry Potter series' scale, they already use Leavesden, which is a large studio.
It is.
It's a studio that already includes the making of Harry Potter, which is a place you can visit in London.
Plus, I don't know, about 6 soundstage locations. Those are places where they build sets inside.
House of the Dragon is being filmed there.
House of the Dragon, other movies. And now they had to rent a farm next to the studio to keep building Harry Potter sets.
Barry Bush's farm.
It's surreal how much but they're well planned and organized. They already gave a list to the farmer, who manages the farm, all the sets they were going to build, and until which month the set would stay built there.
Yes.
They built the herbology greenhouses.
Greenhouses, Hogwarts exterior.
Wow.
Quidditch field.
It's odd that only a small Hogwarts corridor was built for a specific scene.
Exactly.
It's part of the Quidditch field structure.
And this...
Flamel's house.
Flamel's house, of Mr. and Mrs. Flamel, of Nicholas and Perenelle Flamel. And then we also have the house of James and Lillian,
James and Lillian's house.
which is going to be a house similar to that village where they went to film, right?
Yes. And besides that, if I'm not mistaken, there's also the burrow. It's also going to be in these...
On this farm.
I think so.
Aren't they going to build the whole toga?
No, not yet, no.
No, but they don't even build the whole thing.
No, there's no way, right? Just part of it.
Unless the guys really have extra budget.
Unless they want to make a scale model to set on fire in the movie Half-Blood Prince, right, David Yates?
Congrats, Yates. We never forget.
I was there at the studio. I went to the studio. I was walking through everything like that. Oh, that's cool. Look, Privet Drive and the Burrow are here. I read the sign. Reduced scale, in the scene where the burrow was destroyed.
Wow, what a dumb idea. The burrow being destroyed is just ridiculous. To come back as if nothing happened, it takes away all the drama from the scene, right? The Weasleys are upset the burrow is burning.
No, and the supposedly protected place is easily entered and burned by the Death Eaters. But let's not start talking about that, no.
Because otherwise we won't stop.
And we'll leave it for the next episode.
This recording at Godric's Hollow really affected me, because I feel that inside. While filming the Harry Potter series, planned leaks are inevitable. The Dumbledore leak was one of them, guys. There were photos of John Lithgow there, in every way. They knew it was going to leak, so all the photographers were already there. They did this and that. Already! These shootings in that village of Lustling, they involve a lot more things, because they possibly involve the presence of Voldemort. Like, the presence of an actor that we don't even know, who hasn't even been hired yet, but who could show up there. But in the leaked photos...
Expectations were really high. Diego and I...
We expected at least photos of actors James and Lily. If not Voldemort, at least show James and Lily.
Yeah, we really had that expectation of James and Lily of Voldemort, but nothing came out. We thought it's already that time there, so it won't come out.
And then...
They recorded it late at night.
A bunch of kids were involved in the scene.
A bunch of kids.
There are pictures of several kids in costumes, wearing Halloween outfits.
And I think it's really cool to talk about the Deathly Hallows part from this scene. Yeah, man, it's not in Philosopher's Stone, it's probably in Deathly Hallows.
Yes, so this part in Deathly Hallows, after Harry escapes from Voldemort, even when he goes to Godric's Hollow and he ends up being ambushed there by Nagini.
But Voldemort doesn't show up in that scene in the movie, right?
Not in the movie, no.
He shows up.
Nagini ambushes Harry and all. Harry manages to escape, but he is attacked by Nagini. But when he escapes, he faints, something happens, and he has a connection with Voldemort, and then he sees Voldemort having the memory of the day he killed the Potters. And it's very well described there in the book, right? Voldemort comes walking, then there's a little boy who compliments him. It's Halloween Day.
That's really cool. It's really cool.
The little boy says, and the series should show this, imagine Voldemort walking among kids toward the Potter's house when a child says, "Nice costume, sir."
And you know how I imagine the scene, like Voldemort's point of view? Not in third person, actually, in first person. Voldemort's point of view.
Only the children are watching.
Only the kid looking at him like this and saying, "Nice costume." And he's like, stands up like this, and the kid freezes, freaks out, and runs. My friend, I can totally see that scene happening.
I see it too. I was actually wondering when this scene might appear in season 1.
And I came to the conclusion that this scene could very likely be the opening scene of the series.
The opening scene of the series.
I think so.
Really?
Man, because, think with me.
We're going to talk about the scenes where the wizard is celebrating up there on the roof, Voldemort's fall. To show wizards celebrating, what are they celebrating? Okay, that Voldemort died. And I think they have to show in the scene, not necessarily the moment when Voldemort invades the Potter's house. They can leave that for Hagrid. When Hagrid tells Harry, then it goes back. Not a full flashback, but start with this scene of Voldemort arriving at their house. And then...
I think it's a good idea. But you know how I imagine they're going to show this? This celebration?
Huh?
Dumbledore leaving Harry at the doorstep. Good luck, Harry Potter. Then in the movie, we have the time jump, the scar, and all that.
That's it.
What do I think will happen in the series? They put Harry at the door. Like, the camera pulls back, keeps pulling back like this. And it shows the roof, everyone's celebrating. Because remember, it ends the chapter like...
I remember.
That thing from episode 1, eh?
People celebrated everywhere, toasting with muffled voices. Like, I think leaving Harry there at the door and then showing people celebrating.
Because it's sad to think that they're taking a 1-year-old baby who just lost his parents. But at the same time, this is something so good for the community.
So symbolic.
Symbolic, right? The fact that you-know-who, Lord Voldemort, was finally defeated. But yeah, it's a good option. I like that idea. The beginning of the series is something that really intrigues me, like the opening scene.
Wow.
So, what are they going to propose there to open with? I always thought the Dursleys were the best option, right? We've mentioned before how their daily life could be like a sitcom.
Yeah, that's what I think. I really think they're going to keep that mystery, that air of mystery about the Dursleys from the Dursleys' point of view. And I think there's a possibility they might open with Voldemort right away. I think it could happen, but I think it would take away some of the mystery and take away a bit of that atmosphere from the beginning of the story, you know?
Watching The Last of Us, I noticed Home Box Office often starts each episode with something totally different. Breaking Bad used to do that a lot, you know, where at the beginning of every episode they'd tell a completely separate little story. Yeah. But it would make sense at some point in the series, you know?
Yeah.
I think they can do that a lot.
Man, I love Breaking Bad.
And in The Last of Us Season 2, there's a scene at the start where a van opens and a guy is inside. It's a scene that was barely developed in the game, but in the movie, in the series, it makes perfect sense. I think the Harry Potter series can always think about doing something different at the beginning, before the opening.
It's because we're always going to look for, those of us who follow the story through the book, our minds will try to create a timeline for what's happening.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's undeniable. Our minds will try to create a timeline. But it's not always going to be linear. It's not always going to happen in the order it appears, right? Like that scene in Godric's Hollow, which shows up in Deathly Hallows, but actually happens chronologically in Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, and now they already have all the books.
Exactly. So that scene, Voldemort, he has the vision of how he attacked the Potters, the little boy, and everything. It takes place in 1991, which is when the Potters are killed, right? And then we have that in Deathly Hallows as a flashback, so maybe we don't need that flashback in Deathly Hallows. Maybe there is, but maybe they'll already show it here, you know? I don't think they're filming this scene to use as a flashback in Deathly Hallows.
No.
That's not their intention. They might use it, but I don't think they're filming it for that reason. Hey, Godric's Hollow, I really like that whole atmosphere, Tiago. Not just the Halloween preparations there, because everything is decorated for Halloween. It's really cool. But you look at that village and you can tell it's Godric's Hollow.
And Godric's Hollow, guys, is a village where both wizards and muggles live.
Exactly, it's mixed.
It's mixed.
And the monument that's there, that cross in that place, I looked at it and said, that's a monument that's it, to honor the Potters. I don't know if you remember in Deathly Hallows. When Harry arrives at Godric's Hollow, he approaches a monument that at first looks like a war memorial. But when he gets closer, it turns into a statue of him with his parents, right? Lillian holding him as a baby.
The muggles can see it, right?
That's right. The Muggles can see this war memorial, which is like an obelisk. But only wizards can see the Potters.
That's really cool.
That cross over there, actually a monument, is right in the square.
Wow, that would be amazing. That would be great. In the movie, Harry is shown at the grave and they conjure flowers, but the monument isn't shown.
No, it doesn't appear. And I think it's really cool. There's even a Bible verse on the monument, right? Our heart follows where our treasure is.
On the Dumbledore family tomb, Ariana's and Kendra's. Okay, there's the verse for where your...
Ah, Kendra, with Dumbledore.
That's right.
Ah, I thought it was from the Potters.
No, the Potters also has a verse which is the last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
Oh, so it was on Dumbledore's grave.
That's right.
Dumbledore actually lived in Godric's Hollow too.
Exactly. Dumbledore lived there?
He moved there after his father was imprisoned.
That's right.
What is Dumbledore's father's name?
Percival?
Ah, damn, Percival.
It's stronger than me.
All right. He died and got arrested in the case, and then he went to...
They went to live in Godric's Hollow, where Ariana... All that happened. Yes. Friendship with Grindelwald.
I think it's totally off topic, but it's cool, because the series too, thinking long term, the series will fix a lot of what Fantastic Beasts couldn't, right? Will it? Why?
I think J.K. Rowling's dream was to be able to tell Dumbledore's story in an adaptation. Including Dumbledore and Fantastic Beasts, let her eventually introduce Grindelwald into the story.
But I hope they get it right this time. They have to get it right eventually. The adaptation of Dumbledore, poor guy.
I'm biased since I like Fantastic Beasts, but I have my reasons. Actually, I think we could even chat about Fantastic Beasts sometime. In a future episode, right?
Do you think it's worth an episode? Fantastic Beasts, you know? It failed.
Fantastic Beasts and their failed habitats. Just kidding.
Yeah, at least Fantastic Beasts won an Oscar. Remember when it did?
I remember we were at the beach.
I headbutted, man. Ouch. You know that hollow sound on the beach wall?
Oh no, we were celebrating at the beach.
And I looked like, wow.
I almost fell.
Hey, how's it going, my friend?
Yeah, I almost fell back here. But I remember that day. It was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Harry Potter never won an Oscar, but Fantastic Beasts won Best Costume Design for its first film.
Just because it was...
Not even Colleen Atwood believed she was going to win.
It only aired in the United States, let's be honest, right?
They have a grudge against the British Oscar.
No, just kidding, look. But one thing I also really liked about the whole setting, there were the little nods to what's in the book. We have those Halloween posters, Godric's Hollow, spend Halloween in Godric's Hollow, which are Muggle things, obviously. And we have 2 posters like that. Bonfire Night, November 5th and all that. And it might seem like a really silly detail, but Bonfire Night is an annual celebration for the British where they celebrate the The day Guy Fawkes tried to set fire to the British Parliament back in 1600 and something, and he didn't succeed. And then it became a tradition, bonfire night. And then in the book in Philosopher's Stone, the reporter says, wow, shooting stars, a meteor shower. I don't know, it looks like someone started celebrating bonfire night early, a week early.
Look, the details.
And then there's the poster, like bonfire night, 5th of November. Yeah, 5th of November, 1981.
Walter and Petunia see it on the news as soon as Walter gets home from work on November 1, 1981, and it makes sense for the television people to say that. It's all about the details.
It's all about the details, man.
Most people will.
When they finish watching the first episode, I think they'll realize how long it's been since they forgot all those details the books had, right? And that's exactly what the series is forcing itself to adapt.
The subtext, dialogue, and what's left unsaid. I find it impressive.
But you know what saddens me? I'll share something that saddens me. Unfortunately, many people don't appreciate. It's not that they don't appreciate, they just don't know how to appreciate these little details. So much is done. The production is built with so much care. Everything is done with so much thought put into the details. And there are people who don't even care about that, who just complain, who see things and complain.
We who became good friends with Eduardo Lima, right?
Yes.
Harry Potter movies graphic designer. By the way, guys, make sure to visit Mina Lima, House of Mina Lima, when you go to London. It's really worth the visit.
Each item has a story behind its creation.
The Daily Prophet, the Marauder's Map, the Hogwarts Letter. Everything was very well thought out and designed. Isn't Eduardo's story cool?
It's really cool.
How did he manage it? Eduardo is Brazilian, guys. And the way he got this internship with Mirafora.
Yes, it was.
And both of them created this together.
Graphic world.
The Harry Potter movies' visuals were largely created by them, shaping much of what you love.
Exactly. A lot of it comes from the artists, involved. A lot comes from them. So Mina Lima isn't involved in the production of the series, but you can see it in the details. Hey, look at this poster, Like they created a little thing for a line that's in the book.
Sometimes, when the scene with Walter leaked at his workplace, there were also some newspapers there.
Magazine.
Dated November 1st, with Princess Diana on the cover. Things you sometimes think won't even really show up.
Yeah, man, and they're just details, but you see that they use these little details to tell the story. You see that they use these little details to tell the story. Because sometimes an item needs to tell the story, a small item needs to tell a story, And I feel sad how some people can't appreciate that. Like, they can't see the beauty in it, Man, that's something that, of course, I love behind the scenes stuff. I love that kind of thing. So it's something very personal to me. I'm always researching a lot. I'm always watching a lot. So it makes a lot of sense to me. And I understand my side of seeing these things and valuing them. And I understand that not everyone, goes down this path. Not everyone notices this. But I wanted you guys to do an exercise like this, like with yourselves, Try to start paying attention to these little details. You'll see how it enriches the experience of what you're consuming, man.
I think the series is going to deliver a lot of these kinds of Easter eggs throughout the episodes. Scenes like Diagon Alley, for example. If you pause it, you'll see the details.
You'll see every little thing.
Look at the level of genius of Weasley and Half-Blood Prince. Everything. All the products made in that shop.
Hand to hand. When you're at the movies, you're focused on the actors.
You don't even pay attention.
Sometimes I'm not paying attention to what's behind the actors. But that's the exercise you mentioned. Sometimes it's nice to rewatch with that kind of perspective.
Yes.
I won't watch. I'm tired of this scene. I'll now analyze what's behind them, right?
This kind of analysis is really cool and awesome. You watch, like, looking beyond what the main story is telling, seeing how the setting is helping to tell the story. That's really awesome. Like, for me, it's a cool thing, and that's where art direction does an amazing job.
Art direction is a really cool thing. Because it's like you said, right? Walter is going to shoot the scene over there in that place.
In a city, it's almost like a city there, a part of the city. Before the actors arrive, before anything happens there, a whole team comes in and gets that city ready.
When Hagrid and Harry, Nick Frost and Dominique crossed the street and closed off the street in London, they only brought cars from the 90s, buses from the 90s.
Man, this work is incredible. That's why you can't just show up and start filming. There are so many people involved.
Yeah, man, you build it. It's world building. It's world building because it needs to feel real. The person needs to look and say, whoa, hold on. If the person looks at it and sees, I don't know, I'll give a really silly example. Seeing a cell phone in the scene, like someone in the background with a cell phone. That's it. It's ruined, you know?
Remember when the Starbucks cup became a Game of Thrones meme?
Uh-huh.
That showed up right there in front of Daenerys.
Uh-huh.
And man, of course it's a mistake and nobody wanted that to happen.
Mistakes happen. It's normal.
It can happen in the Harry Potter series too.
Super chill, but it does take you out of the immersion a bit.
It does.
Although only those who watch will notice the details.
For example, we're going to watch the first episode.
Thousands of times.
The Harry Potter fan will watch it thousands of times. Why do Harry Potter fans know the movie lines by heart? Because until the second episode comes out, the soundtracks get so stuck in our heads.
Yes.
We watch the movies over and over, sometimes 100, 200, or even 300 times.
Yeah, it just becomes part of us, right? Yeah. The power that the story has to connect people, and it's really cool. And it's through those details, you know? Did you see when they were preparing that scene with Walter? Bakery scale, like a scale from the... Yeah, like that's really cool, man. It might seem... It's something really simple, really silly, but I love seeing it, you know? I love seeing those details.
Yeah, transportation. At Hogwarts, it'll be even cooler.
Wow.
Inside the school?
I'm excited to see what they'll do at Hogwarts.
When they entered the office, the paintings.
I think it will be. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm being biased, which I probably am. Totally biased.
I'm a big Harry Potter fan and can't wait for the series, but I genuinely think from the bottom of my heart that after Game of Thrones, which for me was a milestone in television, and I'm not going to be arrogant and say that it will surpass or outdo Game of Thrones in terms of quality. I'm not even mentioning the ending, which many question. Still, Game of Thrones made television history.
No, Game of Thrones was a milestone.
There was television before. Think about it. During the Game of Thrones era, streaming didn't even exist. People would turn on home box office at 10 p.m. to watch Game of Thrones. It became a milestone, a family gathering, a moment. I think Harry Potter has great potential for that. I think after Game of Thrones, the budget will likely surpass it, and this will be the biggest series of its kind. On a technical level,
Man, I think it has potential.
and I'm not being biased, because I know how Homebox Office is handling the series this way.
They know it's their greatest treasure right now.
It's Homebox Office's flagship for the next 10 years. Homebox Office keeps releasing high-quality series, everything they do.
It's Emmy-nominated. House of the Dragon and the new The Knight of the Seven Kingdoms are both Game of Thrones spin-offs.
It's not like, wow, they only have Harry Potter and the rest is bad.
That's not it. And now, the Welcome to Derry series.
I'm looking forward to watching Welcome to Derry.
Man, there are all kinds of series, all kinds of niches. But Harry Potter, look at Hogwarts Legacy, man. Over 25 million copies sold. The Harry Potter series will reach casual audiences, but we're the hardcore fans, right?
But the Harry Potter series has a really easy reach with that casual audience.
Man, nowadays, Harry Potter's just like that. There's not a single person who doesn't know what it is.
It connects with the world easily, right?
Does The Lord of the Rings connect globally? Yes, but it struggles to reach kids, and sometimes even teens. There are stories that work better with adults, but I think Harry Potter is something that works for all audiences.
Everyone, yeah.
And an easy language to understand.
Exactly. I'm anxious. Wow. Every time we talk here about the series and keep discussing and exploring it, I feel like, wow, I can't wait for it to come.
Because we're doing a podcast here. It's really cool, right? Because we're talking about leaks, right? We're talking about their filming. We're in this process.
It seems like a lot, but it's only been 3 months of filming so far, guys. It's been 90 days that they've been filming, and we're like, Wow.
It seems like a lot has already come out, but the official marketing hasn't even started yet.
It hasn't even started.
The marketing we were one of the first official images from the first teaser of the first trailer hasn't even started.
That will only start in the second half of next year.
And that's where something comes in that for me is very... You even touched on that topic a little recently, which is something like this. Leaks are kind of planned. I wouldn't say they're planned. I would say they're anticipated.
Yes, definitely anticipated.
The crew is filming outside. They know there will be photographers. It was just like what happened at King's Cross. If they don't want filming inside, they close everything. That's why they did it.
And they closed it really well for a video to come out of there.
Even though there was a leak, I think that kind of leak was expected.
Yeah, but they were photos from outside.
But photos of the actors arriving or getting ready for a scene.
Exactly.
But the actual filming locations were well protected.
Everything was very well protected. Then Dumbledore, there on the beach, like, okay, I guess they couldn't really close off that area too much. Come on, it was a mountain scene, right? But even so, access is restricted. We saw SB Media, Godric's Hollow. He couldn't get in. The guy was really sneaky. What he did,
He didn't go back.
he went by car, arrived by car. He can't get past here anymore. He went to the trunk, took out a little folding bike. The guy is my idol. No, he took out a little folding bike and started pedaling like this as if he were a resident, right? He can't go past here. Oh, I'm a resident. Oh no, the access is closed here. What are they going to do? Then the guys were like, oh, it's a Christmas commercial.
The guys,
Said, Christmas commercial. Then he went and said, all right, I'll go. There are some passages there that are medieval routes. And by law, no one can stop you from passing through them. No one. So even if the Pope is there, you know, they can't, it's a free passage. Then the guy took those trails into Godric's Hollow in Wesley.
I understand why he's your idol, right? Because very few people in the world would do what SB Media does.
I would totally do it. I really would. Are you crazy? Man, I swear to you, I would do it. I keep telling Diego, there's a recording happening there. Look, they're getting ready. We're like, where are these guys who don't post a picture, don't post anything? If we were there, wow.
Funny thing is, I always do this. The biggest flop ever. I always tweet in English. They said, hey guys.
Investigative journalism.
Bro, if failed investigative journalism exists, it's mine. I'm just on Twitter like, hey guys.
If anyone has a photo or any extra information, send it to me.
It's easier for me to get one.
What should I say in my direct message? Here, take a photo.
Here's your extra information.
I found this wand here. Look, Diego.
Take it.
This is much easier than filming or someone helping me with my investigative journalism. But don't give up.
The key is not giving up.
One day, I'll tweet in English, reach someone who sends me a photo, make it exclusive, and deliver quality.
This poor boy, someone will say, let me send a video to this boy here, poor thing.
The guys will make and send me an artificial intelligence video, so my investigative journalism finally works.
Hey, Diego, I think we did pretty well there. By Godric's Hollow, we had this whole thing with Lusley, our dear friend.
Yeah, about 8 days ago. That's a week ago, right? That's when we learned they'd film Godric's Hollow and have shoots in Skipton, which is also a city.
That's right.
There, in the United Kingdom, which is very similar to Spinning Street.
It's very similar.
Where Severus Snape lived as a child. But, come on. What really surprises me, man, is that they take everything. There are pictures there from the filming.
It's something. It's a structure. I've never seen a structure like the way they made it.
It goes all the way up to basically the top of the house. And then, that's it. This structure was used for the guy to climb up. Besides the equipment, of course, right?
Yeah, and the equipment also has a specific weight, right?
So, and the camera is pointed at him and at the sky too.
Uh-huh.
So we see the scene of him celebrating. It's a guy. It actually took us a while, right? To realize it was a guy celebrating.
Yeah, but first guesses. Let's go through the guesses. I think that's better. When these images came out, no, Skipton first, right? They're filming in Skipton. Then the crazy ones go, Google Earth.
Wow, I have Google Earth there.
Those guys are crazy, man.
They're going to film on this street, and that street.
I was there, looking like those information technology guys from Jurassic Park, you know, Skipton, Westland Street, enter like that. Then you have a little coffee, right?
It's here.
Like those old typewriters from back in the day, right?
And then wow, give me a mint. No, I'll get some water.
It's good, good man. I'll need some too. Good thing you got up, man.
No, not at all.
And then Tiega over there. Man, there's a castle in Skipton. Remember, there's a castle.
About Quidditch, flying lessons.
I said, Diego, check out this castle. So many rooms. This part looks just like Hogwarts. We start imagining things, right, Diego?
Kako, if anyone lets his imagination run wild, it's you. I've seen your wild ideas. You even said it could be Hermione's house. You guessed that. Maybe if they show Hermione before Hogwarts in the series. For her, for Ron, for Neville, I don't know. Maybe they offered different perspectives. That was possible.
So
Snape, they even said.
My idea, I had some thoughts, you know. Since the camera was initially at the window, I said, hey, but they were just setting up there. I was the one who got carried away. I told them, I saw your monster Mjolnir in the room, but it's actually in the studio, so it doesn't really make sense. We start having the idea and thinking it through. And like at first there's that fan thing, wow, I think it's this. No, wait, you try 2 plus 3 to the 8th power, then square root, but it still doesn't work.
Man, and they put scaffolding between houses 11 and 13.
To make it worse.
Even more.
Then the guys, I leave Grimwald.
No, that's serious.
I said it couldn't be. Everyone reacted the same. Hagrid left with Sirius on the motorcycle, even though Sirius didn't live there anymore. Calm down. Let's think this through.
I am. Sometimes I'm all emotion. Kako is kind of crushing it, saying it was serious. Man, Hagrid is going to take his motorcycle, dude.
It's like Jiminy Cricket. Wait, calm down.
Sirius didn't live there at that time yet, at that house, at that moment, because Sirius was born in 1992.
Identification, social security number. No, I'm just kidding.
Keiko is like that. Never mind. It doesn't make sense. Later, I'll talk about the guy in the beret you called Voldemort, okay?
No, I said it in an act of extreme...
I said, what if it's Voldemort? No, but I said that in the actual reels? I almost boldly said it's Voldemort, but that's unrelated.
Voldemort in a beret on a chimney, man.
Italian mafia.
I said, I think you're making it up. I said, I think you're getting your hopes up too much. That guy isn't Voldemort.
First of all, there's no actor. He's wearing a beret. They said it was young Pedro Pettigrew, also in the comments.
He said, by the way, we're going to check the comments to see, but let's talk a bit about the guy on the terrace. So, Rua da Fiação looks a lot like Rua da Fiação.
It's kind of an industrial city, right? That was actually our best guess.
That, after the Dursleys start receiving the Hogwarts letters, they drive to Corsquath, which was a place where Petunia lived as a child. The neighborhood, right? Where Spinner's End was, where Snape lived. Petunia lived there when she was young, and the Dursleys pass by there when they go to that hotel, and they go to a hotel. Then everything happens, including getting the letters. Then they go to the hut on the rock. We thought a lot about this picture. I think it's the Dursleys driving around.
But then when there weren't any 90s cars there, we ruled it out.
Yeah, they always bring cars from the 90s. As soon as there's an actor, a photo of the actor comes out, and there weren't any photos coming out at all. We were like, man.
They spent 2 days setting up, and we wondered, what scene is this?
Sunday and Monday, setting up this huge structure. And in the end, that was it.
Man, we were like, what scene is this? What scene is this? Until someone finally posted a picture of the guy on the terrace.
It was Nito, SB Media. No, but come on. The guy was up there on a chimney, right? Detail.
Sitting down.
Detail. First glimpse of what the wands from the E-series will look like, as well as possible movements and spells for the wand.
First, there was a photo of him sitting, then one where he looked flexible, and then another of him sitting and pointing his wand. Then a higher quality photo of him was released by a photographer who included their name on it. Tom Holmes, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And then he was there, you could see his face better, right? Of the guy we don't know. And also the wand, a wand with a really rustic style that actually looked like a branch.
Yeah, a lot of people said, Wow, this wand really looks like a branch, right?
Uh-huh.
Man, it's that wand you picked up in the forest, you know? I mean, I don't know. Well, I wanted to see it up close, right? To get a better look. But it's cool to see a new wand design already.
Yeah, and before we get into the wand's design, I have a few points about the wand's design. But before that, I wanted to talk about what was happening in the video itself, right? He appears, and then he's sitting and makes a movement like this with his hand. He does it, he spins his hand and lifts the wand. He spins his hand and lifts the wand. That brought me something really good because, and there's even, this is fan-made, right? Spell movements include Avada Kedavra with lightning, leading people to say that's why Harry has lightning-shaped scars. That's in the games, yeah. In the games, that comes from the motion games. It's not so fan-made either. Some are fan-made, others are from the games. Like, what we actually see in the book is the turn and swish, switch and flick from Leviosa. And then this wizard, making this movement, he turns his hand and does it. It makes me think, what if every spell has a specific movement?
That would be really cool.
That would be awesome. You know why, Diego? Hogwarts is a school of magic, right? What do the students go there for? To learn, to improve. If it's something like, oh, just grab this wand and do this and a spell comes out, you just say a word and a spell comes out.
The same movement for Avada Kedavra, with all due respect, can't be the same movement as Expelliarmus.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Otherwise, what do you learn at school? Just saying the name?
Yeah, that's right. Sure, there's all that stuff about concentration and intention, but the visuals matter too. And I think it'll be cool to see that in the series because they can show it in a way that's more theatrical, a more theatrical movement, something more,
Yeah, which is cool, which I really like.
a more robust one. Wow, he's really doing some magic and transforming. Kind of like Doctor Strange, who does a pow, pow, pow.
Like, man, he does those moves. Kind of like Goku's Kamehameha.
A jutsu from...
A layman, Yusuke Urameshi, the one who starts. But still, it's cool to see these moves.
Your smile is so radiant.
But these moves, I think that, because then a kid will grab the wand and go, and I'll try to mimic the movement. I don't know, maybe Avada Kedavra, the movement of Poe, it's tough.
Yeah, man, it's time. So this movement already did this to me. Whoa, we're going to have because, man, if there's a guy, supposedly a random guy, doing a supposedly random spell, man.
I'm going to call him random.
A dude on the rooftop?
I think this guy, he's a character like that, he's going to have a name and everything. Even Daedalus Diggle himself.
Daedalus Diggle.
As Minerva says, wow, Daedalus got you way too excited.
You're making shooting stars fly in the sky, and we can see it happening.
It's going to be beautiful, amazing.
I can already picture the scene, him on the roof, the view. And then those people come in saying, wow, but they could have done this with a green screen. My friend, let's get this here.
Unlimited budget, guys.
The series' stunning cinematography. The guy up there on the roof, casting the spell into the sky, covering the city like that.
Wow.
For real, right there.
Man, it's...
Ah, man, it's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be really beautiful. It feels like the series really has an unlimited budget.
Of course not. But they're really making the most of it.
Yeah, they are. They have a budget they can use there. They want to bring the kind of quality that only the real thing can offer. Only practical effects can bring that.
They're really emphasizing realism. Mark Millard mentioned in a December 2024 interview that realism would be a focus at Hogwarts, to make Hogwarts feel like a place that really exists.
Exactly.
And it's not about existing in the sense of, oh, a castle on a mountain in Scotland. That too, but it's more about the hallways, the portraits. You know the path the student is taking to get to a certain classroom.
Yes.
That's the most important thing.
It's not just about changing the environment. The camera also changed, cut to that camera.
I made a video talking about things I wish they had included in the first season.
And I talk about visual consistency and how important it is to have visual consistency, because the portrait of the fat lady in Philosopher's Stone is at the end of a hallway over there.
And then later it's on the staircase.
In Prisoner of Azkaban, I love the third movie's aesthetic, but it's on the moving staircase.
By the way, the Harry Potter movies in that regard were a mess, a total mess, right? First, everything was in one place, Harry's hut and the Whomping Willow, but then they both moved elsewhere. Hogwarts looked one way, then changed. The series can establish and predefine these things from the start. That's how it will be, and that's it.
I really hope and root for that.
Because I want to know where the Great Hall is. I want to know where the prefect's bathroom is, where the entrance to the Hufflepuff common room is, and Slytherin's too.
All of that, I think it's cool, interesting, really cool.
And it brings realism, right? And I remember that when this came out, because there's that good old alarmism, right? People are like, oh, what do you mean the series is going to be realistic? But what about the magic? Like, realistic doesn't mean there's no magic, just that it's believable. We'll see and believe the magic is real.
Of course, and believe that school is real, that you can walk those halls. And is there anything more?
As kids, we always pictured ourselves at Hogwarts.
And seeing that it seems to be a place where you can actually touch things.
Tangible, right?
Tangible. It's really cool.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be amazing. And it's crazy how just a little leaked scene already makes us start imagining things, right?
And October was the month when we had a lot of leaks, right?
There
We had Dumbledore, we had Godric's Hollow, and now we had the crazy guy on the terrace.
we had the Dursleys at the beach.
The Dursleys. That scene on the Rock Island. Man, those were leaks. Like I said, Home Box Office stopped releasing a lot of official stuff, official announcements, and now they're focusing more on these planned and unplanned leaks.
External ones, right, guys? Things that are being filmed on the street in real locations, those end up leaking anyway, right? So it's expected to happen. And that thing with the roof there with the guy, I liked it. The guys really go on a trip, and I think that before we...
The guys leave for a trip. Cut to Kako on WhatsApp. Is it Voldemort?
No, it's not. No, the guys really... no, I include myself with the guys. I include myself with the guys. And I think now is a good time for us to read here. I'm going to read some of the comments from... Whose is the... I'm going to pick out the best ones here. Before that, Diego, while I'm finding the cool comments here, can you say who you think you are in this scene?
Me? Really? My guess.
In the leaked scene with Walter and the guy in the purple cape, where he hugs Walter.
He was reported to play Daedalus Deagle, right? Daedalus Deagle appears again, especially in Order of the Phoenix.
He's among the guys who go get Harry when they take him out of the room, right?
However, there hasn't been any confirmation from Home Box Office yet.
Sometimes the man in the purple cloak isn't Daedalus Diggle, and the man on the roof could be Daedalus. So the question remains about who that wizard was. Regardless of that, okay, I don't think he's going to be a very important guy. I don't think he's going to be an actor who will come back for the next seasons and all that.
I think it's just Home Box Office trying to show the wizards celebrating.
So we're going to have wizards on the roof, wizards in the fields, wizards inside the house, toasting. It might show up, that kind of thing, even for the muggles, in a place where muggles react to things happening in the sky.
And actually, it's the wizards celebrating.
Yeah, the muggles finding things strange.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So you think that could be Daedalus Diggle and that the guy at the beginning wasn't...
Yeah, it was just a short man in a purple cloak, just like it shows in the book, you know?
The book doesn't directly say it's Daedalus Diggle, but later... Later, if I'm not mistaken, it's confirmed.
The guy with the purple cloak?
That's him because it's the same guy with the purple top hat, the purple cloak. Later, I think it's confirmed. I could be wrong, but I think that first one is Daedalus Deagle. Have you ever considered the possibility that this could be a stunt double?
Maybe, but wasn't the budget they had enough to take everything there, and they'd still film with a stunt double there?
I don't know. You know, you just said a sentence.
It doesn't settle for perfection.
You just said an I think phrase that reminded me of something memorable Professor Girafales once said. The last time.
Yeah, I never make mistakes. There was only one time I was wrong when I thought I was wrong.
I was only mistaken once, when I thought I was wrong. Kako is that theory right there. I was only ever mistaken once, when I thought I was wrong.
I could be wrong. Not a comment here. Regulus Black at Grimold Lake? What do you think? Ah, my friend, he meant to say...
Ah, close that, right? I understand.
I understand. It's just that I try to be...
Me, who goes very far?
I try to stay rational. They won't film anything about Regulus Black right now.
A guy I think might show up in the first season and is being kept secret is Sirius Black. But hold on, not a specific actor, I don't know, someone in a cloak or just someone passing by. For example, a guy leaving the motorcycle with Hagrid and walking out of the scene. Yeah, you don't have to say it's Sirius. Hagrid mentioning Sirius Black is something I really want to see.
He said on Privet Drive that he borrowed it from young Sirius.
Uh-huh.
By season 3, most viewers have already forgotten Hagrid said that, just like book readers.
Exactly.
They don't even realize that the Sirius Hagrid mentioned
Is the prisoner of Azkaban.
You get it? There are multiple Siriuses.
Yes, there are.
Yes, there is. My uncle's name is Sirius. Just kidding.
Someone said, look, this guy reminds me of Mundungo.
Cool, I like it, but it's Mundungo.
Mundungo was probably selling stuff, man, that day.
It's Mundungo, at that time. Oh, but nothing tops Voldemort in a beret, right?
No, this one beats it. Want to see?
I do.
Kako, I think it's the old Harry Potter who came back in time with the time turner to save Cedric.
Yeah, cursed child.
Feelings, right there. Actually, I think it's worth doing an episode in the future for us to talk about Cursed Child, and if Home Box Office will have the courage to adapt it.
Doubt it.
As a series too.
Shall we talk?
After everything is over.
Let's talk about Cursed Child someday.
Let's do it. Not all fans have read it, so it'll be cool.
Uh-huh.
And we can talk about both the experience of seeing the play and the experience of reading it.
And choose what we like or dislike with the book on the table.
2 pages that we like.
If you guys want this idea.
The episode will be quick, like it or not.
5 minutes. Yeah. Look here, would it be someone making the dark mark at the Longbottom's house?
Because they said this guy looked kind of like a henchman, right? Like, kind of...
Italian Mafia, Peaky Blinder.
Did you know the villain from 101 Dalmatians was played by Mr. Weasley?
Horatio, wasn't it?
That's right. Like, they don't mention his scar when he opened the door. Then the guy was like, wow, what a big scar. It was Mr. Weasley and Dr. House as the villains in the live-action 101 Dalmatians, which was really good. And then they had kind of a henchman look. This guy. But he was wearing red pants like this.
It was the lighting?
Was it the lighting?
Yeah, it was. The clothes were very black, but I don't think that's why.
And he celebrates.
He celebrates.
He celebrates and casts a spell, likely the firework, or possibly the shooting star spell.
And then he raises his arms and shouts.
He goes, yay.
Yeah, that's it.
Voldemort.
It's ASMR, an imitation of Voldemort.
Have you ever seen a reel that goes Avada, Avada, Ava, Avada? Have you seen it? Ava?
I don't know what happened to Ralph Fiennes in Deathly Hallows.
I'm sure he was, yeah, wow, it was just like that.
Ava?
No, he was like, wow, it was just like that.
Yeah, bro, it's kind of, I don't know. It's something...
More part of the forest.
Yeah, no.
No good.
Yeah, a lot. I think Ralph Fiennes got more freedom from Deathly Hallows on, and he really made the most of it.
Man, there's a trailer that came out people from our time will remember. A trailer that came out for Deathly Hallows. Part 1, Part 2. I don't know. The trailer has a set. It's always visible, and you can count it. There's the ah moment. It was a Horcrux that he loses. Man, I don't like it, dude. I don't like it, man.
I hate it.
I loved it. Grade 1. No, I don't like Voldemort's screams.
His little laugh.
And you know what? They're sneaky. They're scoundrels. You know why?
It's really funny because he gives that laugh and then it cuts to Dino Thomas looking like this, you know?
You didn't laugh, but in the theater, everyone did, even though the scene was tense and not meant to be funny.
They're scoundrels, rascals.
It's a tense scene. It's not supposed to be funny.
So, here, sorry to cut you off, but cutting you off already, let's get back to the point here, my friend.
But there's the outrage.
Let it be on record.
On video and audio.
Maybe someone made the dark mark at the Longbottom's house. I don't think so, because they make the dark mark where they kill people, not where they...
Since the Longbottom family, correct me if I'm wrong, Professor Girafales.
It's something where they go after Neville's parents later, right?
It's not on the same day.
Yeah, it's not on the same day.
Here, we already see the mind trying to create order and make sense of things. This isn't necessarily on the day of the fall.
And Bartow Crouch Jr. wasn't there. It was just Bellatrix, and
He was there.
Wasn't that something from the movies?
I know he was at the torture. He was there. Bellatrix, Rodolphus, and Rabastan Lestrange.
Rodolphus was already Bellatrix's future husband.
He already was, right?
That Bellatrix?
I like this one. Everyone knows it, but I like the idea of Narcissa, Bellatrix, and Andromeda Black. Right? Andromeda marries Ted and becomes Andromeda Tonks. Bellatrix marries Rodolphus and becomes Lestrange. Narcissa marries Lucius and becomes Malfoy. I like this one. They're the Blacks, right?
Yeah, right. Born as blacks, but they go to other family trees. And this one here, look, could be James casting a protection spell.
it won't help much, right?
Explain.
Or he messed up the spell. Let's make that clear here.
It's Shane's spell. Is it Shane or Sheen?
I think it's Sheen.
Shine.
Okay. Pay us, Shine.
Sounds like Tiago is casting a protection spell. I'm going to disagree. And why am I going to disagree? You can tell it's an old guy in the picture, you know?
If there's the movie parameter.
No, but we've already seen that Tiago, like, it leaked. The scene with Tiago has him with long hair. The guy here, you can see he's bald. It's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that's right. I enjoy this part of the speculation, but I think this video already gave us an answer.
Which is when he celebrates, right?
If it were anything else, just the spell would still be kind of ambiguous. But since it shows him celebrating, it suggests that it's one of the scenes from the first chapters of the season where the wizards are celebrating Voldemort's downfall.
It's cool to give this context to everyone, because I think that's what it's going to be. Deep down, that's what it's going to be.
I think it will be too. Then there was another comment. It could also be a Death Eater acting on Voldemort's orders, right? Warning the Lord about Order of the Phoenix movement seems a bit far-fetched, right?
That's a bit far-fetched too.
That's a bit far-fetched.
In the Order of the Phoenix season, I'm sure they'll make many episodes with lots of flashbacks, likely from the First Wizarding War.
What I think would be really cool about the original Order of the Phoenix is if we mixed it up, right?
It would be.
Scenes from the Order in 1996 and 97, there, with the original Order of the Phoenix.
It has a lot of potential, that's the reality. But seriously, it does. But I don't think they're filming future scenes right now.
I don't think so either.
They don't know what's going to happen, right? There's no way John Lithgow can film all the Dumbledore scenes now. Because, you know, there's the risk the actor might pass away.
But that doesn't exist in the entertainment world.
It's not because people keep saying, oh, they're filming to preserve the actor's age. They don't think like that, man. Seriously, they really don't.
People are just traumatized by old James and Lillian, right? Some even suggested filming scenes to make them look the same.
But a guy who's 21 and 28 doesn't change much.
No, and honestly, they could even use the same scene, you know?
Okay.
They can use computer-generated imagery to make them look younger. It's not an issue. Nowadays, it's not something that, you know, that's a big deal. Like, oh, let's film now to keep the same baby. Dude, the baby doesn't even matter. The baby just has that baby look.
Pedro Philifals, back in the Deathly Hallows days, the kid was already 11 years old.
Yeah.
So, then there's another baby who's just as cute as the one from the first movie.
Like, it doesn't make a difference, you know?
Do you know what we just said about James and Lillian?
Have you seen the video of that kid saying, the model that has...
We've already discussed that guy. The 36-year-old who talks like a kid.
The boy can't go up. The boy can't go up there. No.
I'm not the boy. No.
I'm the boy. No, I'm 36.
I thought you were 17. Turururu.
Everybody thinks so. Pachu, pachow.
It's the second time we've talked about this kid, right?
DiCaprio, it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
About this kid in the episode. But I think we come to a conclusion that... About that rooftop scene, where it was a wizard celebrating the face of a...
Wizard celebrating. Wait. Let me check something now.
Look over there, huh?
I'm looking at the style of the houses in Kent. And,
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
well, they're not that similar.
Yeah, that looks like an industrial area, right?
Yeah, that's more of an area.
Yeah, I think that area is...
It's more of a suburban area there.
Man, but you know what I see a lot of people talking about too? Guys, breathe, because not everything they're filming will make it to the final cut of the series. Oh, my friend.
Of course it will, man.
Oh, come on.
Some things won't make the final cut, but still,
Oh, but
right?
this scene seems important, man, because they dedicated an entire day to filming it. And I think it's going to be a really beautiful scene.
Yeah, it will.
At the moment when she is a shooting star.
Imagine him doing it here, like Zaraba sings and boom, little spells everywhere.
Zaraba sings over there. He's the Merlin from the Little, but not the Little Prince.
Shrek,
No, Merlin from the Disney movie. There, King Arthur.
Cauldron,
He has a little song. It was really good. The little song he used to sing.
it was the magic cauldron, wasn't it?
It wasn't Little Arthur, it was called.
The real truth.
He was a blonde boy, and the man had an owl named Archimedes.
Yes.
That one was good.
Wow, 1,000 years, huh? You dug that one up.
I dug it up. But yeah, that's how we spent this October basically analyzing leaks. That also makes me wonder what the next steps will be now.
Because they said they're recording episodes 1 and 2.
Uh-huh.
In that order. They probably recorded other scenes earlier due to actors' schedules.
Yeah.
But then I wonder what's coming next. Are we going to fall into a rut of, since they're filming more at Hogwarts, will there be fewer outdoor scenes? Will things get monotonous?
I don't think so.
Yeah, me too.
I think that way it will decrease in a certain way, but I think we'll still have a few things happening. We ended up talking about the wand, but didn't go deeper. The wand had a pretty rustic vibe, right?
Yeah,
Something really rustic. And like the thing about the wands, in Harry Potter, we have to understand something very, 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 very important. The wands as we know them are a creation of the movies. Because starting from Prisoner of Azkaban, the characters started to have, like, Lucius already had his wand and his cane in Chamber of Secrets. Minerva's wand was also already there in Chamber of Secrets. It was already that one. Hey, Pastilla. It was already that one. But for each character, they started to give more personality through the wands, you know? So that's something the movies contributed in the books, like Voldemort's wand being a bone. That's really cool.
and actually, one of the coolest wands there is.
It's really cool because like there's a whole build up in the story, right? In the movie's story, right?
Mina Lima didn't design the wands, correct?
No.
That's another team, right?
Is another team, yeah. And then, yeah. In the series, we can follow a path that's more focused on the book, which has wands that are really more rustic.
Yes.
Do you understand? We need to remember that. Those wands we see all fancy and attached to a cane, that's just movie stuff.
It makes sense he's using a wand from 1981, even 10 years later at Ollivander's. He wouldn't just decide to modernize out of nowhere.
No, it's a wand. We saw it, a wand.
That's right.
It's a wand among hundreds, you know? There are some that will... It reminded me of Grindelwald's wand, which is also spiky like that. So, like, maybe that wand has that more rustic shape. Maybe another one is a bit more detailed, you know? But everything followed that more rustic style. It can be carved like that, but not be something luxurious. The wands in the movies give off a very luxurious vibe, which is really cool. I'm not complaining. No, I love them. I collect the wands, and I think they're amazing. I think they're beautiful. Yeah. But I think there's a bit of that. We have a lot of people say that. I see that comment a lot. Oh, are they going to change something from the movies? Guys, they will. Why? The series is the series. The movie is the movie.
We're already noticing this a lot. Based on how it's coming out, we can tell they'll have their own identity.
Yes,
Often, it will resemble the movies, but by a completely different path.
exactly.
Guys, the way you film a scene, man, it already changes your perspective.
Yes,
Right, diagonal alley, I don't know. You see,
If they film it differently, with Harry going into the shops or something, it's already different from the movies.
yes, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, besides the camera angles, besides that cinematography, everything, I mean, the props themselves, there's a lot of attachment to that in the movie.
I'm sure the time turner will be different.
Yeah, it's going to be different. Like, oh wow, but I hope they don't change that from the movies. They're not going to change it because the movies are there. Nothing from the movie is going to change. That's the movie's identity. The series will have its own, right? You get it? So let go. That's another piece of advice I'm giving you. Like, it's up to you to follow it or not. No one is obligated to agree with me or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, don't get attached to the movie because the movie is one thing and the series is another thing.
And for you who are afraid that the series will be worse than the movies, that's excellent news.
It's about changing. It's about having your own identity, or having your own identity, because you'll never have to worry about, oh, are they going to ruin the movies?
Oh no, guys. The movies are there. They had a wonderful team behind them, and the series also has a wonderful team behind it.
And I, in fact, am one of the few people who think everything should change. I think everything should change. Wand, candy wrapper, book, everything must change or it makes no sense to repeat what's already been done, you know? That's how I think.
They want to challenge themselves and do things differently, or our job would be too easy.
Exactly. And also, no, yeah, exactly. Artistically speaking, are you going to deliver the same work? Exactly. Are you going to deliver work to a guy who says, hey, here it is, but just follow what's in the movie?
Which is different. Which is very different from what Chris Columbus said, right?
With all due respect.
You were a no. Why? Because I want to. Because it's not just Columbus who's saying that.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of people. This talk abroad is really strong.
Why does this series exist?
Uh-huh.
First, Chris Columbus said that they're using an outfit that they designed to look similar to Hagrid from the movies, remembering that all the outfits are inspired by descriptions from the book, right? Yes, they're not from the movies. I think it's important to remember the reason for this series' existence. I found it a bit, and I say this honestly, just my opinion. I thought it was a bit hypocritical of Chris Columbus to say that. Why? First, because he knows why this series exists. He spent the last 10 years complaining, 15 years wanting to release, including an extended version of Stone.
Philosophers with scenes that never aired.
He often complained about moments left out of the books that he couldn't include. All the directors who worked on the Harry Potter movies complained about the same thing.
Yes.
That they wanted to put in a lot more.
And the series is 6 more hours just for the Philosopher's Stone.
Man, that's a lot of time. People say 8 hours isn't enough. It is, man.
That's a long time. That question sounds like it's from someone who isn't a fan and doesn't follow it at all. You know, and they're just trying to annoy, like, what's the reason for this series to exist? Just look at everything that's come out. Like, you'll see scenes that you only get in the books. There are even people who don't know the scenes who say, wow, what scene is this? I didn't know this was in there. There you go. That answers the question. That's why the series exists. You get it?
By the way, have you noticed everything leaked isn't in the movies?
Uh-huh.
I think it's really cool, right? Most of the leaks we're seeing are for things that don't exist. People are unsure what it is or what scene it's about. I think that's really cool. We were talking about wands, and I think it's awesome.
Like, The Prisoner of Azkaban kind of shaped a lot of what Warner, I think, even envisioned for the franchise. Because this idea of making a wand for each character, thinking in commercial terms,
Uh-huh.
it was the best idea anyone ever had in their life.
Yes.
Understood? Selling each character's wand at the parks was someone's idea. I'm not sure if it was Quarren, honestly.
Maybe it was him who came up with this. To create this identity, I think in Prisoner of Azkaban, he gave each character their own distinct identity.
Yes.
Each character had their own personality there.
Yeah, that was cool. Great idea. About the wands, I like them. I think the design of the wands in the movies is really, really cool. I think Lucius Malfoy's wand is one of the most beautiful. With that thing you can pull out. Man, it's really cool. A lot. But I'm very open-minded and very calm about the series, knowing that it might be different. I'm sure it will be different.
The only thing is, I want the series to be totally different too. Identity means having its own unique settings and differences. Personally, I feel nostalgic and wish things weren't the same, but included small tributes. The soundtrack is one of them.
I think that if there's no Edalus Temur there to open the series, it started off wrong.
Yeah, I think the soundtrack is a very sensitive, sentimental point.
It's more sentimental than changing a time turner.
Exactly, that's exactly it. Music, it's something very different from what we see, because with objects, we have their visual aspect. But music, it touches deep inside. And so it communicates with the environment, with the scene, with what's happening, with everything. So I think they can have a new soundtrack, but bringing in elements that make that reference.
I'll give an example here, okay? An example. Make a sound of a door opening. Let's do an ASMR here. I'm going to do the soundtrack. I'm going to touch people's hearts. Just a door opening. Give me a door opening. Give me a note. Go ahead.
Did you figure out which song it is?
Grand Hall? Ah, man, what's that? For more soundtracks, leave a like. It took you a while to understand, right? Elise in Hogwarts, a story.
I stopped. That's it.
Sorry about that, production.
Boo Boo over there even took off his headphones. Damn, what a mess.
No, but this is my moment. It's ASMR, guys, from the Great Hall Music. There are multiple soundtracks.
It's because Harry Potter and the gang say, oh, John Williams. But it's not just John Williams in the movies, okay? And a lot of people didn't notice that. There's Nicholas Hooper. There's that James Newton Howard.
There's Alexandre Desplat, actually.
Alexandre Desplat, Deathly Hallows Obliviate. That Obliviate, for God's sake, what a song is that, man?
Cotillard and Apocalypse, when they head down the stairs to the boathouse, with the statues, right?
It has the same melody as the statues when Minerva casts the spell.
You're crazy, man.
That's it. But man, it's really...
Guard our walls, protect our school.
Man, I love the Harry Potter soundtrack.
It's something. And you can see that, like, they followed the identity of the soundtrack. John Williams didn't pave the way and cause everything to change. They came for the other movies, and here it is, they delivered, you know? So, it might follow this style.
I think the movie with the worst soundtrack of all, but still managed to bring some good tracks, is Order of the Phoenix for me. Because I don't remember.
I like it. The Room of Requirement and Umbridge themes are both cool.
When she's hammering those.
That's true. That one's good.
It's from Possesso, also when Harry is there and sees his friends.
But Goblet of Fire, there's one I love too, which is... That deserves another episode just for that, right?
About soundtracks?
About soundtracks too.
The problem is the rights, right?
No, man, after an ASMR like this, do you think we'll have to play the song?
We bring someone.
A violinist?
A pianist.
Hey, yeah, I like that idea.
One with a little keyboard, right? Put the little keyboard here.
Or with a violin here, look.
Caculinha, play it.
2 notes, Caculinha.
Yeah, man, bringing someone with a keyboard isn't a good idea.
Man, I really like that idea.
It would be really cool.
I liked it. If someone has one, they can play violin or keyboard.
Play one for me. Sorry.
That's tough, huh? If each person has a violin there, bring it here.
You're planning to set up a symphony orchestra, but there's no space. However, a small keyboard can fit.
Not that one. Have you seen those that you blow into?
Melodica?
That's it, right? He goes after the cosplayers at the event, then keeps playing. I think it's really cool. The person is kind of left speechless, but it's cool.
Then the guy comes here. That guy is me.
The guy who thinks about you all the time.
Harry Potter series. That guy is me.
It's not really cool to think about those things.
Because, for example, opening. The series has to have an opening. Like Game of Thrones level.
Do you think the series will? Do you think the series will have an opening or that it won't?
Will there be an opening?
There will be, right?
For sure. I think it's cool to have an owl flying and passing through several iconic places. For example, Privet Drive, and even Diagon Alley itself.
But do you think it's going to be an opening?
Making our way to Hogwarts.
But do you think it's going to be an opening like live action? A live action opening? Can you understand what I'm saying? Like the owl actually flying and passing through places? Or is it going to be an opening with animation? Like Game of Thrones with the little blood, like Game of Thrones.
They built all of that.
No, I get it. It's practical effects, but my point is...
It's going to be something with practical effects, I think.
Do you think it's going to be something like that?
Yes, with practical effects, but I don't know how to make an owl that way. That's fine, though. My idea is...
A real owl. Say fly owl.
My idea was the owl flying through important places in the first season.
The owl flying and the places appearing like this being built.
Man, it would be really cool. But then it would be kind of like Game of Thrones. I wanted it to have something more original.
But Game of Thrones doesn't build like that, does it?
I don't remember.
I recall some of it, mainly the blood splattering. There's the map.
But man, I really wish there was an opening. I think that adds a bit more identity to the series.
An opening would be cool.
Man, the show's starting. Harry Potter. Excited?
And then the guy who skips the opening, my friend, for me, you're out.
If you're going to skip the Harry Potter opening in the future,
For me, you're out.
Man, reserved session, you're out.
Yeah, there's no way. Man, the soundtrack was that remarkable thing about the soundtrack, right? It's something that makes a big difference to me. That can change everything for me. For me, it can change everything visual. It can change everything. It can change the cover. It can change the castle. It can change everything. But the soundtrack, I feel a big difference. For example, Star Wars.
Right.
If you take the Star Wars productions, that famous soundtrack is only from the movie.
Yes.
Dun. No, that's the
no, I know what you're talking about.
dun 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 dun.
That's it, perfect.
Star Wars. You take this series,
Star Wars?
yeah, it doesn't have the soundtrack. It's the opening with the robots and light over the characters.
Man, it's just that the beauty of the music is really good, man. The music, it brings us very comforting feelings.
And it was no different with Harry Potter. You hear any soundtrack, it's a memorable movie soundtrack, right?
Can I say one?
You can.
Folks, the Phoenix.
Wow.
Folks, coming up.
This almost looks like Lockhart's magic, doesn't it?
Incredible. This seems like magic.
Uh-huh. No. You're crazy, man.
Harry Potter fans are wild. We know the soundtracks by heart from watching the movies so often.
For me, it's going to be really hard to see the Great Hall doors opening and not hear that music. So, that's what gets me the most. Or the Quidditch match, not having the Quidditch music.
And when...
The Living Hogwarts, man.
No. And Window to the Past.
Ah, wow, too. It's just that Window to the Past is a song that doesn't repeat in the other movies, right?
It only appears in Prisoner of Azkaban. John Williams left Harry Potter in style, finishing grandly.
He gave me Window to the Past and Buck's Big Flight, when Harry flies on Buckbeak. You're crazy, man. That's one of the most beautiful scenes.
Woohoo.
It's just that that even has Buckbeak's footsteps. And for me, Harry Potter, I've already told you that.
A lot of my emotional memories about Harry Potter have a soundtrack behind them. Living Hogwarts is one of the...
That plays in the epilogue and at the end of Philosopher's Stone, when Hermione says, "It's you who has to go, Harry, not me." The phrase, "it's you," also echoes Living Hogwarts.
The one from Chamber of Secrets is Living Hogwarts, the real devils. Not finite, just the ending. When the image of the Great Hole comes up and they're clapping.
Oh, I know which song this is. Okay.
You know what my mind fills in with a line from that scene right there. Check this out. My mind fills that in with a line. Like the camera pulling away from the Great Hall as another year of Harry Potter ends. Seriously, I swear. That damn voice speaks in my head.
That ending of Chamber of Secrets, man, with everyone applauding Harry, that's not in the books.
It's not there?
And for me, it was the best scene at it.
Alright, then in the third movie, nobody cares about Hagrid when he's announced as a teacher. Okay, but still.
But it's beautiful. And I think it gained even more significance after the actor's death, right?
Damn, don't even mention it.
And we went to watch it at the theater. The re-release was right after, wasn't it? It was really...
One time after Rob Coltrane died, I went to Comic-Con Experience and saw a Hagrid cosplayer.
I remember him.
Man, and then I really wanted to hug the guy, man.
Didn't you go? Did you hug him and get emotional?
Yeah, so I hugged him, and I remember hugging him, I think. And he says, "See, I didn't die."
You did die, man.
Yeah, but that really moved me. What touched me was presenting that Hogwarts legs thing on stage. He was in the audience, watching. Every time I looked, there was always a 2-meter tall Hagrid there. Man, it was really awesome. This cosplayer, actually, there are two, right? I know 2 Hagrid cosplayers, and both of them are really cool.
Yeah, they're really cool.
This idea is really cool.
We were discussing Rob Coltrane, got emotional watching the re-screening, and by the way, there's a Goblet of Fire re-screening coming up.
Yeah, it's a little subscriber session, huh?
Absolutely. Let's call it a session of the Cauldron Observatory and the Reserved Session.
That's right, a subscriber session.
Reserved Session? Session. It's not that reserved, right?
Movie session.
Reserved movie session. But like seeing Rob Coltrane there, being hugged by everyone.
Hogwarts doesn't exist without you.
Wow. And Emma Watson, she sheds a tear in this scene. I noticed it recently. I hadn't noticed before.
Uh-huh.
And damn, the Harry Potter soundtrack in general. Another soundtrack I'm going to mention to you that I love is from Half-Blood Prince.
When that scene where the three of them are there, and Fox sings too, it's called The Friends.
This soundtrack is also really good.
Deathly Hallows, Obliviate is one of my...
Obliviate is... Man, Obliviate is powerful. It's impressive.
And I miss it, and I think the series should also bring back some songs with vocals. What do you think? You know J.K. Rowling? Once, she said that David Heyman, if I'm not mistaken, also said that at Dumbledore's funeral.
No, actually, if there was a song at Dumbledore's funeral, she said it would be My Way by Frank Sinatra.
Uh-huh.
And I love that song, right?
I love that song.
Man, and then the...
But I prefer Elvis's version.
The one by... Man, wow. I love them all. At karaoke, when I play it, the fan is my friend. I'll stay clear. I'll state my case. I wish. I'm certain I live a life that's full. I travel each and every highway. And more, much more than this. I did it my way. That's it. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
And what is a man?
What is God?
I stopped. That was more. Yeah, this song is really good.
Remember when you sang opera at parties?
I remember. We used to do a...
Give us a little sample.
No.
Please.
She's already tired of me, man. She stopped watching the podcast. You'll see the podcast's watch time at the end. Like this.
When we used to get together, yeah, there was a phase when Diego was an opera singer.
It was great. We had Magic Con in Porto Alegre, sending a hug to everyone in Rio Grande do Sul, especially Porto Alegre. I miss you all.
I miss it.
And there was a stage where they did the Harry Potter musical there, right? Then I got on that stage, and I said, now I'm going to sing Conte Partiro, man. And it was really good.
I almost fainted afterwards.
Diego Igual, that guy from Galopira at the market. Who faints, Galopira?
Wow, the guy who just leaves like that afterwards.
No, but it was good. That part of the event was really nice, too. We met the voice actor for Sirius Black, right?
Yeah, that's true. Lots of cool voice actors.
It's Charles Emmanuel. We still want to do an episode with voice actors, right?
That would be really cool.
Both from the series.
And from the movies.
From the movies and the series, right? Future series voice actors. You're officially invited to chat.
Them, I'm not going on that podcast.
I don't want to know. No.
And we've arrived. Thigon at the screaming moment.
It's one of those moments. We've talked about the screaming moment since episode 1.
Use the QR code to send your screaming moment.
Starting with this episode, we'll focus on responding to your messages.
People were already asking, when will you add the screaming moment? I'm so disappointed.
We're disappointed, but the time is here.
Now we're gonna look good.
Please, please.
The first message from our dear Carlo Coliselli, and he said the following: I'm really happy with this duo. You guys are doing a great job. The set looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, Chigong.
Thank you. The set, right? Bruno, it's a team effort, right?
Boo Boo here, he always...
Man, when we arrive, everything is already wonderful. We are very proud of this set. It's really beautiful. Most of the things were organized by Kako. The worst part is, Kako brings all this, and he still has 8 more shelves at his house.
That's it. I brought these from here, but mine at home is still full.
Yeah, exactly.
But look, I miss the ones that are here. I keep looking. Oh no, it's over there in the section.
No, it's for a good cause.
Carlo paraded with me at Imperio de Casa Verde dressed as Snape.
The great Carlo.
The great Carlo.
Met Carlo at Comic-Con Experience Big Hug.
See you at Comic-Con Experience, Carlo. Thanks.
Lucas Inacio asked, would you guys like spin-offs, Marauders, Founders? I'd like to see the daily life in Diagon Alley. I think that's even a good topic for our episode, which is spin-offs. We were actually talking about that, so don't worry. Lucas, we're going to do an episode just about spin-offs. I think it's an excellent idea.
I think it's really cool and love the idea of spin-offs. I hope they happen. And in the episode we're already planning, it will be better developed.
For sure.
An episode will discuss possible spin-offs and exploration related to the Harry Potter series.
I love that Howler Bia sent, especially when she said she died at your line about Voldemort sneezing in Quirrell's head.
Help!
Bia Bibiana, big hug.
I watched the first episode and have to ask, with what butt does Voldemort fart? I have no idea where I got that from, but Bia, a kiss. Thank you for your Howler moment as well.
Is there more, Howler? Is there more?
There is a Howler.
Where is it?
Wesley Diggory. Oh,
Wesley Diggory, look at that. Do you guys think Dumbledore's funeral scene will be cool if the series includes it? Cool? It's a funeral.
cool is a strong word.
Strong it is.
It's going to be wonderful to have a scene that didn't appear in the movies.
By the way, if they cut the funeral, there's no need for a 6th season.
If they don't cut the funeral, we're going to get Lucille from the other floor. There's a Negan bat here in the office. We'll grab it and go to home box office's door.
Man, no, it doesn't make sense. Sorry for this mistake again, but thank you very much for the message, Wesley. I hope there's a funeral and it's a beautiful, wonderful scene. The moment deserves it.
Emotional. People are going to cry, right?
Dumbledore's farewell?
We're going to cry at this scene. And Lovo said the following. Which wizard artifacts do you find interesting? Wait, I got tangled up. Which wizard artifacts do you find most interesting conceptually, and which ones do you want to see in the series?
Define? Man, I like the concept of the time turner.
You like the concept of the time turner?
Man, actually, the whole thing about it spinning there in the movies, I really like that. It's what we talked about. I hope the series has its own identity, and that the artifacts differ from those in the movies. But I especially hope to see the time turner.
I'm really curious about the Marauders map. I really like the concept of the map.
Wow, the map is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, because in the movie, we have a big enhancement thanks to Mina Lima of the map. Having the little footsteps, right?
Perfect, perfect.
I want to see how it turns out in the series.
So I'm the time turner and you, the Marauders map.
That's it.
Deal! Up above, Thales Castro sent it in. Do you think the series will use a... I wasn't speaking into the mic. Do you guys think the series will use some of the movie's visual identity for merchandising reasons?
No.
I actually think they're going to do things differently, so they can sell both the movie merchandise and now the series merchandise. Why profit once when we can profit twice?
People keep asking if they'll change things and what will happen with the theme parks. I think this line of thinking is really crazy. It doesn't make sense because, man, what about the theme parks? The theme parks inspired by the movies will remain and people will continue to visit them. Who knows, maybe in the future, Universal will open a park in the United Kingdom now.
That's true, maybe around 2031.
Maybe it won't be in the United Kingdom in the future, maybe not. Because they have... Guys, you have to understand something very simple. It's all about copyright. It may seem like the same thing, but it's not. In fact, I made a reel about this. I'm about to post it. It may seem like the same thing, but it's not. Theme park. The one who has the theme park rights is Universal. They use the movie. They don't have the rights to the series.
Oh, okay, I get it.
They don't have it. Just like the series itself. It can't use things from the movies. The series, even though it's the Harry Potter series,
Because it might affect the contract with Universal, maybe?
they can, because the contract, the series, she's adapting the books, not the movies, so she can't use anything from the movies.
Look, that's interesting.
It may seem like it's the same thing, but within the Harry Potter brand, there are subdivisions. So, guys, a park is a park. I think the products are all going to be different. They're not... That's not the thinking. It's not that we won't do it because the movie is already like that. It would interfere. That's a way of thinking that doesn't exist.
Cool, read that one over there now.
Beautiful Lufana.
Look, she's really confident right now.
Hi, how are you? Are you okay, Diego?
I'm good.
I'm good too. I wanted to know what names you think the 8 episodes of this first season should have. Oh, all 8?
All 8, that's a lot, huh?
But, look, I think we imagined the first 2 episodes. It's the most beautiful Lufana. That's one thing we can guarantee you.
I think the first one at least is the one it's the only one we can get right here.
The Boy Who Lived.
I think we all agree that the first one will be called The Boy Who Lived. Now, the next 7 are going to be...
I think book chapter titles.
You think so?
I don't know which one.
The Boy Who Lived.
Diagon Alley.
The Vanishing Glass. The Letters from No One.
I think so.
Really?
I think so. The Flamels, like Nicholas Flamel, might have some. You understand, that focuses more on that scene.
Wouldn't it be cool if more shows had creative episode titles like The Big Bang Theory does? But of course, it's got nothing to do with it. But I think that in this concept of building, the first one would be, of course, The Boy Who Lived. Such a classic. But the others, maybe they can put something else. But I don't know, right? It can vary too.
Let's see.
But right off the bat, sorry to disappoint you. I have no idea about all 8 at once.
About all 8 at once. Yeah, was it me who read the last one, or was it you?
I read about the prettiest Hufflepuff.
Bianca Mora, right? She sent it. Hi, how are you? Great job. Do you have any info about which...
What is Ted Tonks' profession?
Thank you for your kindness. We have no information about Ted Tonks' profession.
If he...
His wealthy wife supports him.
He's the trophy husband.
Husband trophy. Victor sent the following, Tiagao. Do you guys think they'll include scenes of the painting interacting with the ministers in the Muggle world? I hope so.
Interesting, since Fudge's actor is confirmed for this season. Any Ministry of Magic storyline will be engaging. As much as this interaction, I think the interaction between the Muggle world and the magical world, like in the first chapter of Half-Blood Prince. I never forget that it's the British Prime Minister meeting with Cornelius Fudge.
It's really cool.
It's really cool. So, the more interactions, and they show that the worlds are there.
They coexist?
They coexist. I think it'll be great.
I really want to see it. I think that scene could definitely happen. If it doesn't happen, it'll be a big mistake, but I'm almost sure it will.
Nice. That's Nilas over there, right? Nilas, the Corvino. Look at that. This podcast is a genius idea. Seriously. And where do these clothes come from? Where do they come from, right? The clothes you wear on the podcast. Today, we're more basic.
Today I'm wearing hearing, and a basic t-shirt now costs 90 reais, by the way. Right hearing.
Man, that's messed up. By the way, brands that want to sponsor our podcast in a reserved segment, we can mention which brand we're wearing.
But actually...
There's the idea.
But the real mischief was FanLab.
And mine was from Heshui.
FanLab and Riachuelo are the same thing.
Ah, but this one from Lufa-Lu was found at a physical store in Riachuelo.
So mine was...
Riachuelo and FanLab. You're invited to...
Dress us up. We'll show it here in the episode. Kako and Tiago wear it.
That's right, they wear it.
All right.
Here's a tip for you. Okay.
Tag FanLab there.
Yeah, please. And I think that...
And the next one is from Leo Ciccarelli. If Harry was hiding at the Burrow, why didn't they use the Fidelius charm to have a secret keeper? This has become nonsense, my friend.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Hey, Leo, here's the thing. The Fidelius charm is a very complex spell, and the Burrow had every possible kind of protection, and it was even under the protection of the Ministry itself. It only gets breached when the Ministry of Magic is taken over by Voldemort. There, the protected locations are revealed and they start undoing the spells. So, protecting Harry with the Fidelius charm doesn't make much sense since he wasn't going to stay at the Burrow forever.
Yeah, I love the fact that you're used to small talk too. You've probably seen all sorts of questions.
Do we have more hilarious moments? Let's see here.
Marcel Nakano, greetings to Kako and Diego. Greetings, Marcel. It's great to have a place to follow news from the Harry Potter wizarding world. Success.
Thank you, Marcel.
Success! Look, let's go.
Why did I just avoid Gugu? Thank you so much, Marcel, really. Fabio Carvalho also sent in a screaming moment here.
In your opinion, in the book, did Snape care about Harry, or was he just following the plan?
Tigao, can I give my opinion? Snape was a jerk. Just kidding. I'm messing around. No, I think Snape was really focused on his mission. But that doesn't mean he didn't get attached to Harry, that he didn't in his own way.
Yes, it's Dumbledore himself. You mean now that you've
grown fond of the boy?
To him. No. I think Harry will always remind him too much of James.
But I think deep down he did things to save Harry. Like, for example, the Quidditch match in the first movie.
It's not because he loved Harry, but...
Yeah, he did his job well. It's the famous, I do what's necessary. He thinks beyond that.
Exactly. I don't think it's, wow, got attached would be the word. But go on. Our final screamer, Tiago, comes from Bruno the Wizard. That guy's a real wizard, huh?
The guy is tough. You're crazy.
You all inspire me the most. I run a Witcher channel and would love your feedback. Hey, Bruno, big hugs. Thanks so much for the affection. I love hearing that. I think it's crazy. And I love to hear people say, man, you're an inspiration. That's really comforting, man.
We do niche work, and Witcher is also a niche series.
And our advice, Bruno, is to keep going. Please make a lot of Witcher content.
With a lot of love, with a lot of care.
Because people notice how much love you put into a project.
Exactly. The important thing is to talk about it with a lot of care. And look, I think we should finish with a little song.
From The Witcher?
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Oh, Valley of Plenty.
That was the screamer moment of today's episode. It finally came to life.
It happened.
And the QR code will be there for you to send your screamer moment at the end of every episode.
Yes.
We're going to read your messages. You send them to us with so much care and love.
All right.
All good.
Diego. So we've come to the conclusion that a crazy guy on the rooftop is a wizard. Celebrating the fall of Lord Voldemort.
And that the series is increasingly having its little secrets, even when there are external leaks.
And didn't we mention Diego?
What?
We're almost done and we haven't talked about Ronan the Centaur. That's true, Ronan the Centaur has been confirmed.
How did I forget about Ronan, the centaur, guys?
Mars is shining bright tonight.
An actor has been confirmed to play Ronan, the centaur.
Let me get his name so we can say it right. Let's go.
Wow, you brought up Ronan from the past?
Not the big Ronan. This was just Ronan.
Let's appreciate Ronan's work then.
Ronan is going to be... I like that the comment was, wow, he really has a centaur face. What would a centaur face even look like?
Just read the centaur part already. My stomach is making the same sound as the centaur right now.
Mars is bright tonight.
In fact, he looks like a centaur.
Jake Curran.
Jake Curran.
Jake Curran.
Are there 3 centaurs in the Forbidden Forest scene?
The movie only shows Ferenzi, but in the book there's Ferenzi, Bane, and also Ronan.
Bane is the Omen, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. Want to say the names in English? We're in Brazil, man.
Take it easy. Come on. Let's go. Before your private session ends here, guys. Ronan has been confirmed. That's one more reason that shows the details.
I really want to see that scene, okay? The way it was, Mars is shining bright tonight. Ronan, the Omen, they get mad at Ferenzi, asking if he's a mule for carrying Harry on his back, huh?
And you know what's cool? The actor is... no, I won't get into that detail. The actor is a redhead, and the centaur is described as a redhead.
But what about Snape, huh? You can put it here. We're not afraid of opinions.
But what about Snape?
Snape, who is white in the book, will be black in the series. That's it.
But the centaur, who's a redhead, will be a redhead.
Yeah, the actor's a redhead too, and the centaur...
And he looks like a centaur.
He looks like a centaur, bro. But it's cool to see that they're casting these people and that there will be scenes we've only seen in the books. These leaks keep reinforcing it.
For sure.
We almost forgot there was also a mysterious actress.
I have no idea who she is. She looks like Sibylla Trelawney.
She looks like Trelawney, whose name is, where is it? Leif King.
Yeah, I have no idea who she could be.
An actress who...
Redundant Intelligence, that site, announces many actors joining, like Terrence Butch and others.
Who do you think this actress could be, huh? What is she going to play?
How does she look to you? Comment below.
She looks like an actress.
Like an actress or stunt double. Ready to read?
Time to read. And speaking of stunt doubles, you mentioned stunt doubles. I wanted to give a shout out to Isaac, who's Harry's main stunt double.
That's right. Isaac and his family. Photos from the Dursleys filming surfaced, showing a little boy who wasn't Harry, but his stunt double. We tracked him down on Instagram, Isaac, and saw he has a Brazilian flag on his profile.
Isaac, he's probably the son of a Brazilian woman.
I don't know if he speaks Portuguese, but if he does, I think so.
Yeah, and what's cool is that in his photo, his grandma commented, right? Grandma's handsome boy, something like, few things are better than a grandma.
Big hug.
There's nothing better than a grandma with social media.
You're invited to come here in the future and share your experience.
That's right, Isaac.
Because it must be a really cool experience you're having.
That's right.
Enjoy every second. There are some grown men here who would love to be there, just to see.
Exactly.
Enjoy this phase. Everything you're experiencing will be unforgettable.
For sure, Isaac has other roles there in the theater on his Instagram. Wishing you success, big hug, good luck in your career. Let's wrap up our episode.
Of reading.
Did you choose the quote? Oh, I'm not the one who has to choose.
It's your channel.
And did you bring the book?
I didn't bring it.
Every sentence from Philosopher's Stone. Go ahead. I'll choose one at random.
Guys, we really need to bring other books urgently.
Hey, Rocco, send us a box. We have about 30 at home, right? Let's bring them.
And the one I sent and you didn't share.
And that... Should I just pick one today? I'll choose randomly.
Random one.
Random one.
Will it really be like that? No, that sentence won't make sense.
I doubt it. No, you're screwed.
He turns the page discreetly. It doesn't make any sense.
It'll be random. It doesn't have to make sense, right? I know what I'll do. I'll say this.
Oh, you could. The one about Minerva. You could say the one about Minerva being hot, right?
Can I pick my own line? Is saying thanks all right? On your channel, you chose your line in your episode.
Go ahead. Good luck.
The owls are nothing compared to the rumors going around. Do you know what everyone is saying? Why did he say that? Is it a lie?
No?
No. Did you notice they changed it from lemon ice cream to just a drop of lemon this time?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they saw my video, didn't they, Hoko? Of the mistakes messed up all day long, I'm going to imitate Dumbledore, okay?
Okay.
All day long when I could have been celebrating, I must have passed by more than 10 parties and banquets on my way here.
Dumbledore is honestly too much.
Remember when you said my Dumbledore impression was great? Rainier at the event? I don't think so.
Rainier is a jerk.
And Rainier?
He's a jerk, that Rainier.
You were so upset, like really?
I think it was my time to shine.
All right, let's do this, okay? The teacher sniffled, upset.
Wow.
The teacher sniffled, upset. I see everyone is celebrating, she said impatiently. You'd expect them to be a little more cautious, but no. Even the muggles noticed that something was going on. It was on the news. She nodded toward the dark rooms of the Dursleys. I heard flocks of owls, shooting stars. Well, they're not completely stupid. They couldn't help but notice something. Shooting stars in Kent. I bet it was Daedalus Diggle's doing. He never had much sense.
Perfect, huh?
Daedalus Diggle.
No, always a phrase.
I knew I was going to choose that one.
Always a phrase that matches the episode. Once again, guys, this episode is coming out on the Leaky Cauldron.
On audio platforms. So give your like here, leave your comment, but also if you're listening to us on Spotify, leave your stars, leave your little comment too.
Please rate us on Spotify. It's important. Find the Barrador Moment QR code in our YouTube video.
If you're listening to us on Spotify, getting to know the podcast through Spotify, come check it out on YouTube. This episode is on caldeiraofurado with Observatorio Potter. The next will be on Observatorio, alternating each time. Another episode done. Session reserved.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching. See you.
And don't forget, oh, that's needed in the room.
Don't forget to lock the door.
That's true. Yeah, good.